All right, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachakodash. Double honors to the elder apostles and the elder bishops of Great Millstone, who rule very well, very beautifully. Double salutations to the Akim out here pushing this gospel of truth and sincerity to the best of their ability, given to them by Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. Peace, blessings, and salutations be unto the elect scattered abroad. May the election of Yahweh, Hashem, Yahweh Shai, Lord willing, fall upon your houses. It's your brother Quana Watt come back at you, Lord will, with that edifying lesson through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Hashem, Yahweh Shai, Lord will. It is edifying, Lord will. It is straight to the point. Before I, get into this article that I got, I want to grab this right here. This is Joel chapter 3 and verse 9. It says, "Proclaim ye this among the Gentiles, prepare war. Wake up the mighty men. Let all the men of war draw near. Let them come up." Right? It says, "Beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say, I am strong. Assemble yourselves and come, all ye heathen, and gather yourselves together round about. Thither cause thy mighty ones to come down, O Yahweh." Right? And this is exactly what the Lord is doing. Right? The Lord is ultimately stirring up the minds. Right? Sending the angels down to stir up the minds of these nations, right? To ultimately hop into these, different skirmishes that we see right now. You have America, and Iran, right? In a dispute, right? Basically, ultimately going to break out into, a full-fledged war between America and Iran, really starting, going back to, these small hats, man, right? As the scriptures say, the least of the flock shall draw them out, right? So going back to Israel and Gaza, right? Israel, the small hats being the least of the flock, they've ultimately started, right, this whole wave of, different, skirmishes and wars, right? And rumors of wars, that are happening now, So this is ultimately, what's going on, right? And going into this article that I have, a Belarus, right? And as it says right here, Putin's closest ally is preparing for World War III, right? Belarus is preparing for war, man, and I'm just going to read a little bit, really most of this article. It's not too long, but, and then we'll grab a couple precepts and then close out, right? It says, "Concerns over a third world war are legitimate," Belarus's leader said on Tuesday, as the country's Russia-aligned leadership solidified plans to be prepared as much as possible for future confrontation, right? So there's that preparation, right? They're being prepared as much as possible, and we're going to drop down after reading these, first few paragraphs. We're going to drop down and, ultimately it's going to show you why they're being prepared, because again, it's war on all fronts, right? With all countries, all nations, being prepared. Right, not just just a handful of countries. No, right, the whole world is going to be partakers in this. Right, it says the world has again come to the brink of the abyss. Belarus strongman leader Alexander Lukashenko said on Tuesday during a meeting with senior officials in the country's capital, Minsk. Right, it says, "We must be prepared as much as possible to neutralize risk and threats," he said in remarks carried by the state-run BLTA news agency. "There are grounds for concern about a third world war," he added, right? Which again, a third, World War III, is ultimately prophesied, right, to happen, in the scriptures, man, right? A war to end all war, which we're going to grab, right? It says the full-scale war in Ukraine, which will reach the 2-year mark later this week, has heightened global fears of a wider conflict spilling over Ukraine's borders. The ongoing conflict is the largest in Europe since World War II, and references to the possible use of nuclear weapons have ratcheted up anxieties at a time when other conflicts are flaring up across the world, right, man? And again, this war is, going to be a war that uses, right, ICBM nuclear missiles, man, right? Let's grab this real quick. In Isaiah chapter 54 and verse 16, it says, "Behold, I have created the smith that bloweth the coals in the fire, right? And the Smith is going into these nuclear scientists, right, that ultimately split these atoms and, ultimately make it possible, right, for these bombs to be as, as deadly as they are, right? It says, and that bringeth forth an instrument for his work, and I have created the waster to destroy. So this is what they're created for, right? It's to destroy, right? We know that the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, is going to use, these nations, right, to basically band up to destroy America, right, to destroy Babylon the Great, let's go to this real quick, prove it real quick. This is Amos chapter 9 and verse 8. It says what? It says, behold, the eyes of the Lord Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua, upon the sinful kingdom, which is America, right? Babylon the Great, right? The mother of all harlots, right? This is America, right? The epicenter of wickedness, right, in the earth, right? It says, and I will destroy it from off the face of the earth, right? So there you go. There's that word destroy again, right? The Lord saying he is going to destroy America, right? He's going to destroy, wickedness as a whole. And it's going to start, in which wickedness starts here in America, right? It says, saving that I will not utterly destroy the house of Jacob, saith Yahweh, which again, is speaking on the elect, right? The Lord is going to deliver the elect, but everyone else, right, is going to be destroyed. All the wicked, right, are going to be destroyed, So let's go back to this article, read a couple more paragraphs, and we'll grab one more precept and close out, right? It says, Belarus, a close and firm ally of Russia, was a springboard for Moscow's forces to launch the invasion of Ukraine in February 2022. The Kremlin has moved tactical nuclear weapons to the country, which has also played host to Wagner Group mercenaries after their departure from Russian soil. But Belarus is not known to have committed troops to Russia's fight in Ukraine and has advocated for a ceasefire. Although it regularly follows the Kremlin's line on geopolitics, it holds joint military drills with Moscow, and training with the Wagner mercenaries has yielded results, Lukashenko said. Right, says NATO is currently carrying out its largest military exercise in Europe since the 1990s, dubbed Operation Steadfast Defender, with around 90,000 troops participating over several months. Right, it says, referencing the drills, Lukashenko said Minsk's intelligence agencies were keeping their finger on the pulse, right? Meaning they're ready to go, right? Ready to press that button at any moment, right? Claiming that approximately 32,000 troops from NATO members were deployed in the immediate vicinity of Belarus and Russia. So the Lord is, the Lord is preparing that war. World War III is literally, round the corner, right? These nations, again, as we just read, right, they're keeping their finger on the pulse, man. They're ready to go, at a moment's notice, man. So really, right, we understand that, Jacob's trouble has to pop off before World War III can. But hey, if this is, if World War III is this close, right, how much closer is Jacob's trouble, But I want to grab this last precept, and then we'll close out, right? This is Revelations chapter 11 and verse 14. It says, the second woe was past, and behold, the third woe cometh quickly, right? And that second woe was World War II, and that third woe is World War III, right? World War III is literally around the corner, right? It's coming quickly, man. So with that, Lord will, it was edifying, Lord will, straight to the point. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushua, Bahashem, Rachak Wadash, double honor to the other apostles, the other bishops, the great millstone. Till next time, I say shalom.